So basically, we're either going to learn to live with AI, or AI is probably going to surpass our abilities and knowledge. So I thought, why not, while I still can, trying to understand from an absolute novice point of view more about ERC20 contracts and what they do. So basically what I'm finding is a lot of code within ERC20 contracts, and they're basically standard functions, I guess you could call them, because again, my lack of understanding about code makes it difficult for me to read a contract, which is an ERC20. So I'm using for free ChatGPT to understand more about particular smart contracts. In this case, it is HEX. Now, what will I call it? Now, obviously, developers will probably have a good laugh at this particular stream, because it just shows my complete novice skill set. But we'll see what a novice can find out with the help of ChatGPT. Now, so far, what I've been able to discover is as we can see, you can actually get ChatGPT to begin to write simple code as per the parameters that you define. So you might say, in this instance, like I did, basically the main functions, what are they? Where would I look in the contract for this? Now, it goes on to explain, it might be something like stake, unstake, withdraw. It also explained, it keeps thinking there's a referral system. I'm not sure why that is. I'm not sure how to explain to it, because I keep trying to tell it there's no referral system, and it keeps telling me yes there is. I'm like, okay, whatever. So that is one failure of AI, because I did see an article where someone was able to defeat AI, military AI, by literally sitting in a cardboard box, and that reminded me of that's the game Smash Brothers and Snake, and he sits in a cardboard box. So AI is not all powerful and sentient just quite yet. If you have like a really high-end machine who's able to be defeated by a cardboard box. And what's happening, Finn Bear? I'm fascinated by this particular experiment, so I'm going to continue on. So where was I? What I've learned so far, a lot of the code is to do with just basic ERC20 coding. It would get to the point where you can use ChatGPT to, you could ask it to create a standard template for a ERC20 token, which I won't be doing. I have no intentions to launch anything like that, although it might become very, very easy, which is concerning, because you just clog up the ETH network. You could clog up, in theory, with the ETH network with a lot of garbage tokens. Now, I have since learned that a lot of it, again, is just standard tokens, standard contract. Now I'll remove my particular image of this one, and we'll just run with ChatGPT. Basically, yes, standard. Okay, cool. So I'll continue on. It's like having a study buddy that knows a lot, like a lot. And it's very useful for if you wanted to study, like in my case, smart contracts and ERC20s. And we'll see how far I can progress with merely just AI. Okay, yep, standard code. Okay. Okay, so nothing interesting there. So you might look at this and go, oh, this is insane, wow, but it's actually just more standard code. Purely for the ERC22 function. Now, we could, if we got really bored, type in things like he keeps saying referral systems. I'm trying to explain to it. There's no. Okay, I don't know. Without a referral system. Look at this thing. He's just come up with a marketing spiel, and now we'll say no without the. Shit. You could probably write books with this very easily. I mean, you would like not use it word for word. It'd give you a very good beginning point. Okay. Anyway, back to what I was doing. Thank you for tuning in. I know there's a lot of other streams going on. Basically, just if you get bored, like I am, go through, check out how ERC20 contracts work. Might find some cool stuff. I think the cool stuff that I've found so far is in reference to the code where it mentions that it's a description of the implementation of the ERC20 and basically said the contract is agnostic. I said, please simplify. Basically, this means the contract does not have a specific way of creating or minting tokens and is up to the user of the derived contract to add necessary supply mechanism. It follows general open Zeppelin guidelines. So that was interesting. Did not know that was within the code. As I go on, standard ERC20 allows you to take, yeah, okay. Again, this might be in reference to the launch phase. So we've got here function. So after I've basically gone through line for line, I want to see if I can get, because the chatbot is supposed to remember all the conversation that's taking place. So if we break it down into sections of the code, putting it all into the system, then asking if it can elaborate further, it might understand that, you know, there's no referral system, but it might not, because it might not have the data, but we'll see. Yep, so standard code for minting tokens. Okay, yep, so that's standard. Basically, we'll see how much I can get done before I hit my limit for the day. Look at this thing. It's writing its own code here, like live on stream. Like as an example. And then you can go, okay, you ask it to make it even simpler. The code is defining functions for minting and burning tokens in the ERC20. See, now it knows it's burning. The minting function creates a specified amount of tokens and assigns them to a given account, increasing the total supply. The burning function destroys a specific amount of tokens from an account, reducing the total supply. These functions also emit events back to track the transfer of tokens from or to the zero address. Ooh, that is very cool. So you could then, okay, you have no understanding of any of that. You could say, anything. But I'll keep to what I'm doing. Basically, I'm looking for standard code. I know things that differentiate standard code from things that are unique to the HEX token contract. This may help some people. If you're completely new to cryptocurrency, if you have no idea about coding like myself, being able to, at a very basic level, decipher what it is you're reading, it might give you some more comfort in being able to, engage with ERC20 contracts. Now, this here, I said, what does this mean, this particular line? It says, yes, it's standard ERC20 code for a burn function, so you can even ask it. Okay, so you could ask, has this, like, I'm pretty sure it has, but you could ask it, has this been written correctly? So that's, are you verifying now? Is the AI verifying? Do you trust the AI? I mean, if you had a huge knowledge, if you had a huge understanding about ERC20 and I think this is Solidity, this may help you just to make sure you haven't missed anything. What else? This thing's insane. It's kind of getting scary. Approve, okay. So ultimately, I want it to explain to me, if I can get it to explain to me, beyond the specific functions of the code broken down into slices or segments or ERC20 language, I guess. Okay, so we could say, what is ERC20? So if you didn't know what ERC20 means, that's what it means. Solidity is contract-oriented, high-level language implementing contracts on Ethereum, similar to JavaScript and influenced by C++, Python, and JavaScript. Oh, great! So it's a mash of all shit. So moving on. Yeah, okay, cool. And it never gets tired, it always shows up, it never argues, it just keeps doing its thing. This is why AI is going to become an extremely useful tool if we will choose to look into it. This is more standard. The burn form function combination. The burn and approve function used to destroy a certain amount of tokens given. Okay. So, let's have a look. Contract. This might be 2. Additional code. So this is different from a normal ERC20. XF lobby, which has a various index. So this is how it worked. Okay. Now we'd say, does this... Okay, so it hasn't got enough. Okay, 4 parameters. time limit. Okay. Now, you can ask it, can you tell? Oh, actually, that's not from the referral. It's different again. Some more in. Defines yes or no. Exits a lobby, information timestamp, ID, entry ID. Okay, so we'll go to event, lobby. And then you can ask it further. You know, given everything we discussed, are you better able to understand the HEX token contract? It can. See, it's getting there. Oop. Let's see how good this AI is. Daily data update, where the event records timestamp of the update, begin and end update, use the update. Okay. So you could say what's not specific in the code or daily update without more context. Okay, cool. Event appears to be tracking data on a daily basis. It is reading an event with a timestamp of the update. Start and end date of the update, whether the update is automatically or manually, address and entry performed. Okay, so it needs more data. Again, without the data, it won't understand what is actually going on. See? So this is claim, tells you what it was doing. So if you're interested in the code early on, what it's doing, maybe ask AI and it might tell you. Now, let's see. It can be used for accounting and auditing and analytics. This is insane. Like, it's not like anything else I've seen. Basically, we can go through, determine, detect what is standard, what is not standard. From that, we can then go through and decipher what various functions are left that you can run, what they do. Then you could ask, what does it mean? All in context. Now, it keeps thinking that there's a claim phase, but there's not, which is fine. We'll just go through. Okay. So I'm not sure with code if you have to actually write it into chronological order. So Okay, cool. Then we go on, claim. He just knows. So it knows not clear based on the snippet alone. You could write, you know, has this been done correctly? Now, what do we got? Start stake, auto-generated event. So this is probably to do in chronological order with the claim phase. Includes timestamps, unique stake ID. Interesting. So we might be able to find if there's some unique stake IDs within the system later on. That might be later on down the track, because at the moment, like I said, just going through, having a look what we can determine with the help of Chat AI. Auto stake or not, so start stake event. It's pretty cool. So the function start stake is standard ERC20, but the actual mechanism behind it is different. I would say unique to HEX, but find out. Let me drop in the code I'm looking at. Stake ID, stake address, timestamp, staked heart, stake. I like how it says staked heart. It's not even like an entire hex. It's a decimal of a fraction of a hex. To include index for send address. I guess similar to how Bitcoin has sats, like Satoshis. So hex has hearts, you know. Maybe that could be an indicator of where this thing might be going in the future. I'm not sure. It's back to the code we're looking at. This event is likely triggered when a stake is accounted for in a good state. Okay, so we'll provide it with more data. Now we can see that I'll put this into the system, and then I will ask if it's unique to HEX or not unique to HEX, because it's got, you know, slightly different code, staked, good accounting. I'm pretty sure I'll pick it up that's different, but we'll see. So then we can say, okay, is this unique to HEX token contract, or is it question mark? So this is not standard. These event signatures, field names, and event names are unique, so no to these specific contracts may not be found in other ERC20 contracts. The code you have posted appears to be events that are emitted by the contract to track certain actions. Or changes in state, such as member entering or exiting lobby, claiming tokens, or starting a stake. So starting a stake is still the same. Entering or exiting a lobby, which was no longer valid. Claiming tokens, probably also no longer valid. What else? But yeah, okay. So we'll then go stake end. So this appears to be relative to stake ends. Okay, can this be Okay, cool. Simplified version of stake end. From the previous code you provided, still includes necessary information such as address, ID, but specific details like stake heart, stake shares, say previous unlocked servers have been removed. It is still standing ERC20 code as being event emitted smart contract, but the specific information included in the event may be unique to the specific token contract you are looking at. Nice. I swear I had like a... Did that give me an emoji then? More standard ERC20 code. I think it's developed the personality. No, it hasn't. It's just the code the way it's written. Yeah. Oh, okay. This will be interesting. Share rate change event is used to track change in the share rate of a stake. Includes data such as timestamp of the change, the new share rate, and the stake ID. Interesting. Now, is this standard? So this one defines constant variable name, origin, ID. They set the specific Ethereum address, not part of it's unique to the contract. Okay, cool. And we can look up the flush address. It's titled. Okay, so we then have this. So these lines of code are defining constants related to the ERC20 token standard, such as the name, symbol, yep. Okay, so that's just standard. Now again, this might be due to the referral phase, I guess you would call it. These codes are not standard. They're specific to HEX token contract. To comply with this standard, but does not specify the specific values of constants should be used in the implementation code. You provide defined specific constant used next to contract, such as name, symbol, decimal. So, okay, cool. That's interesting. Here we go. This might help it. What does this mean, or is it ERC20 code? Launch time, December 3rd. There we go. So if anyone wants to know, the launch date and time was December 3rd, 2019 at 12 at midnight. So again, at 12:01 AM, it would still be the December 3rd. So what next? Next is constant variable named heart unit size. Is that a typo? That's funny. Okay. Variables used to blah blah blah. Hearts or shares in the contract, not necessarily specific. Oh, okay, interesting. Now, what do we got here? Now, these lines of code defines the size of hearts or shares UINT and the transfer lobby. So that's over. I'm hoping it says in here when that actually ended. So AI will understand this part of the contract, I guess. Oh, okay. Where'd I get to? We got to 665. 665. All right. Well, that's my fun for the time being. I'll have to wrap this one up. That kind of sucks. Yeah. All right. This will be called part 2, and we'll call these lines what? Up to 665. That's very disappointing. Alright, that's all I got. Peace out for now. I'll be back later. And yeah,